We all like to see overpowered characters in Manhwa from time to time. These characters easily rise above all the other characters by using their intelligence, fighting prowess, or even pure raw power, and are typically considered undefeatable. So today I will be recommending you all top 10 Manhwa and Manhwa where the main character is overpowered or badass. So let's start a list.
But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Coming at number 10 we have Am I Invincible? Chen Pingan was an ordinary person who gets transmigrated to a cultivation world without any spiritual roots. He gets a system, but it didn't let him become stronger until he had completed 1,000 missions. He always thought he was a mortal, but little did he know that he was actually a really powerful being that was considered as senior by every other cultivator of that world. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is decent. The main character is overpowered, but he isn't aware of it. The side characters are not written that nicely, but the situations that they and the main character create are very funny. So if you're looking for a cultivation manhwa filled with comedy scenes, then this one definitely won't disappoint you. Coming at number 9 we have Transmigrating to the Other World Once More. Protagonist Sung Si-han was an ordinary boy who was summoned to a different world as a hero in order to bring down the tyrant king. After completing his task, he decides to stay in his current world, but his happy ending was cut short when he gets betrayed by his comrades and gets forcefully sent back to Earth. However, he returns to this world 10 years later and now he is ready to take revenge. The art of this manhwa is good and its story is also quite decent. The main character is overpowered right from the start and defeats all of his enemies with ease. The side characters are not that great, but the fight scenes are well drawn and also quite thrilling. So if you are looking for a magic world manhwa, then you can give this one a try. Coming at number 8 we have My Wife is Actually the Empress. The protagonist Lee Yun got reincarnated into a game-like world. He joined the rebel forces and due to his skills he soon became their leader and dominated the world as the strongest human. But all of this happened 2 years ago. Now he lives peacefully with his wife while hiding his identity. But little did he know that his wife was actually the new empress and the rebel forces which he left were going to rise again. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is good. Rather than action, the plot is mainly focused on comedy and romance. Both the main character and the female main character are funny and both of them try to hide their identity. Coming at number 7 we have Painkiller. After the appearance of the god of justice Leto, peace and order was finally brought to earth, or at least that was what everyone thought. Tio was one of many people who believed in this lie but sees the real truth after he saw his lover getting killed by one of the angels that worked under the god of justice. Now he vows to take revenge and kill that angel using the power given to him by the god of darkness. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is good. The main character is dumb at the start but goes through character development and turns into a badass. The side characters are well written and the fight scenes are also quite decent. The ending was a bit rushed, but this was still a pretty good read and I'll highly recommend you to give it a try. Coming at number 6 we have The Strong Man from the Mental Hospital. Lin Fan was a mental patient who lived in a dangerous world full of evil creatures that go on a rampage and cause havoc and destruction. Later, after electrocuting himself, he obtains a system which helps him grow strong and makes him so overpowered that if any monsters came near him, they were either reduced to ingredients or turned into pets. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is quite good. The main character is weak at the start but turns overpowered after a few chapters. The best part about this manhwa is its comedy. Most of the situations in this manhwa is funny and the expressions that the characters make are also quite hilarious. Coming at number 5 we have Adventures of an Undead who became paladin. This manhwa tells the story of an undead skeleton who was previously captured by a powerful lich. He somehow manages to escape from the lich and later becomes inspired to become a knight in order to walk the path of light while also keeping his identity a secret. This is a very underrated manhwa. The protagonist is strong from the start and he's also very funny. He's loyal and fights his enemies to death. And unlike many other manhwas, the female main character of this one is not annoying and actually uses her brain whenever she is in a difficult situation. Coming at number 4 we have The Book of Lagier. Prince Lagier was an idiot, good-for-nothing prince that dies due to a mistake while summoning the Demon King. However, due to the contract, the Demon King now has to take the prince's place and grant his wish of ruling over the whole world. Join the Demon King and his demon friends as he tries to complete his missions before it's too late. The art of this manhwa is great and its story is also quite decent. The main character gets reincarnated into a weak body, but he becomes stronger very quickly. He's badass and ruthless and doesn't forgive any of his enemies. The side characters are also well written and all of them have a certain amount of depth to them. Coming at number 3 we have My 3000 Years to the Sky. Mai Quran was a disciple of the King Ming Sword sect who was considered as a genius in cultivation. But when all his peers had already broke through many realms in a short period of time, he spent 3000 years just to learn how to cultivate ki and become a master. This is one of the best cultivation manhwa out there. Its art style is wonderful and the story is also pretty unique. There are a few annoying female characters in this manhwa, but the main character is not a simp and doesn't run after anyone. He's also really overpowered right from the start and easily defeats most of his enemies. So if you are looking for a good cultivation manhwa, then you should check this one out. Coming at number 2 we have Hoarding in Hell. Kang Hyunmoo was a poor orphan whose dreams of becoming a hunter were torn apart. But one day, a mysterious person gave Hyunmoo a strange stone which supposedly belonged to his late father. But it was by no means a normal stone as it sent Hyunmoo to a post-apocalyptic world with hell-level difficulty. Now he has to survive for a specific period of time and fight monsters in order to return to his world. This is a dungeon and hunters manhwa with amazing art and good storyline. The protagonist turns strong really quickly and obtains a lot of powerful skills by killing monsters on the other world. He doesn't back away from the fight and puts people who try to show off into their place. Coming at number 1 we have Survival Story of a Sword King in a Fantasy World. Ryu Yanbin was an ordinary person who was summoned to a different world. There he was given the goal to survive and grow stronger in this dangerous world filled with monsters. To help him with that, he gets a system called Guideline, but there was a problem with his guideline as it was filled with errors and it stopped Hanbin from leveling up. The art of this manhwa is amazing and its story is also quite good. The main character is overpowered and defeats most of his enemies without any difficulties. However, he doesn't show off his powers and uses it only when it is absolutely necessary. The side characters are also well written and the fight scenes are just amazing. However, the story gets a bit boring in the later chapters, but you should give it a try as it was still a pretty good read. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.